So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 6th episode of Conscious Conversation. I am blessed, happy, excited, joyful to be out here in Luso. It's a very special little place in Taipa where we get to connect with nature. I'm with my homegirl, Marcy Silva, and she would be my first Macau guest. So I'm very excited to have someone representing the 853 coming on this conscious conversation to drop some of that juicy knowledge for you all, okay? So, Marcy, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. My pleasure.
And I just want to tell a little bit of how we met, because I think I told you the story before. And I have a guest on my show as well. He was called Bruce Taylor. And he came to Macau from Hong Kong, and he was also a Reiki practitioner. And after a conversation with him, he said, "Oh, how's the spiritual community in Macau?" And I said, "I don't know." And so I went online and searched up like Reiki meetup, and there you were. And we hit up and went to your house, and we just built a beautiful connection from there.
True. I recall. I remember that. I remember it was meant to be. You see, and here we are today. Out of a simple connection thing. A beautiful friendship
100%. So
came up. Yeah.
how would you describe yourself to people that might first know you?
Well, I am what you see.
Yeah.
I am what you see. I'm pretty straightforward. Sometimes a mystery.
Yep.
Sometimes I can be pretty difficult for people to read me because I spend my time actually observing things.
Yeah.
But I'm easygoing. I'm like anybody else. Just observing probably a little bit more than what I can say. Getting more and more insights, which is things that I spend my time doing actually. I am here, yes, but sometimes most of my time I'm just connected to nature. So it's not this is because it's not actually easy for me to define myself as well. But that's it. Yeah.
And what do you spend your time observing?
People's minds, behavior, nature. I like to observe people's minds.
Okay.
Because there was a time where I was so into my mind, the chatter, the imaginary, the things that the mind put out there. I was there for so long. Luckily for me, I got some experiences in my life that pulled me out of there.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a curiosity from my part to still kind of like understand and see why people are still into their minds so much, because I was there. I'm still there, but I came to a point where there is this conclusion that I am not my mind.
Yeah.
So I'm just observing what I'm doing. So it's very interesting for me to see how people are still too attached to their minds and to the things that they do. So
Can you tell me a little bit more about the chatter mind? Like, what do you mean, like chatter?
you know, the voices in our minds,
Yeah.
the noisy voices. You go to bed, you can't sleep because there is this constant talking inside your mind. Oh, you should do this. Oh, today I did that. Tomorrow I have to do this. Or what did that person mean? What all the time. There is a huge conversation going on with a voice inside people's minds.
Yeah.
And that voice is powerful,
So what made you realize that you're not the voice, and If you're not the voice, then who are you?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. Well, if I'm not the voice, who am I?
And how did you know that you're not the voice? Like, what experience that led you? Yeah.
Well, yes. It all came, of course, there was a process into this. Having this mind, this very chattery mind, it's a very depressive mind. It's a very victimized kind of mind. It's a mind that asks why this happened to me? Why am I in this situation? Why do I live like this? Why can't I have this or why can't I have that? So it's a very depressing and victimizing kind of mind. So how did I jump from that kind of mind to a very still, kind of quiet mind now?
Okay.
It's because, well, I gotta tell you my story in order to explain this.
Yeah,
a
let's
little
go
bit.
there. Yeah.
So I say some 6 years ago, I found myself on a very depressing spot kind of life. Not due to the lack of anything material,
Yeah.
purely mental,
Yeah.
really, literally. I've kind of like let myself go. I wouldn't take care of myself, my body. Yes, I had friends, but I would like feel alone. I was like trying to fit in more than actually kind of like being myself. So there is this huge part of us that always wants to belong to something,
Yeah.
So what happened to me is just that a trip that I took a trip to Cebu
Yeah.
some 5 years ago, yeah. And that day we decided to go to an island, just a small island. And at this island, I met a village lady who was just selling some beads and things. And out of the blue, I had my phone with me and she asked me, "Oh, you are so beautiful." I'm like, "Whoa, can I take a picture with you?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure." So the moment that I clicked on and we took that picture and then I look at that photo, it came to me just like, oh my God. Why? Because I didn't recognize myself. I'm like, who's this? I was overweight. That smile wasn't a real smile,
Yeah.
My eyes were sad. I just look at that and I just started to wonder what happened to the Marcy,
Yeah.
the happy Marcy. I would say many things happened because I was this is me with 29 years old.
Yeah.
I became a mom early. I'm a mom.
Nice. Yeah. Shout out to all the
I
moms
love
out
my
there.
baby boy. He's 8 years old now.
Yeah.
The best thing that I did in life. But he came when I was actually very young. I was 23, 22 when Diego was born, my son. And such a blessing, such a beautiful thing, that tiny little angel. But to a woman, sometimes it's a huge change, especially if you are still young.
Yeah.
And that really changed my life a lot, to a point where I was also working at a place where it was really tough. I didn't enjoy it much at all, actually, but I was still there. So I was kind of like, it is life. The universe put me in a position where I was feeling very pressured, So becoming mom very early, working in a place where I didn't really enjoy what I was doing, and my physical body, everything was out of the place.
Yeah.
So that led me to a kind of a depressive kind of state.
Yeah.
A very chattery mind. I was unhappy.
Yeah.
So that picture was the drop for me, because when I saw that, it all came to me, and I'm like, enough, enough. I need to do something for me. So that's when I decided right there at the moment that when I would be back to Macau, I would just find a personal trainer, I'll change my diet, I will just take care of myself. And the universe has ways. This is so interesting. I'm telling you guys, the moment you decide that you have to do something, you have the whole gang there. They are just waiting for you to say enough. When I said I am going to take care of myself when I'm back home, we just arrived in Macau, and I went on Facebook. Back then I was on Facebook, and I noticed that there was this guy who added me on my Facebook. And guess who he was? A guy who had experience in personal training, and I just contacted him. I'm like, who are you? Why did you add me? Yeah, I just added you. Hi. I'm like, hi. And I'm like, this is interesting because I'm looking for a personal trainer.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, are you serious? Because yes, I do some personal training. And then it was a very challenging time for me because it was just like, are you serious about this?
Yeah.
The universe was really like trying me, and I'm like, yes, I'm serious about it. And then, okay, if you are, let's start tomorrow then at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? But do you want it or not? So sometimes you ask, and it is given. But then, will you take it? This is the thing. You don't question it. Just go along. And that's what I did. In terms of my physical body, my confidence, and me proving to myself that I really want to do something to change it, there it was. It was given to me, and I took it. So much so that after that, we started 6 a.m. and in the afternoons almost every day for 2 months. I lost like 10 kilos in 2 months.
Yeah.
And then we continued for, overall we trained for 9 months. Simon trained me for 9 months. And I jumped from 93 kilos to 62 kilos in 9 months.
Wow, yeah.
Yes. And in the meantime, I had a friend in Hong Kong who challenged me to, hey, are you serious about this thing? You look so sporty now. Because by the 4th month, I was already running a lot.
Yeah.
We would go to gym and run. That's where my passion for running started. And a friend challenged me to, I started with Simon in January. This is January 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by November 2016, there would be a competition in Nepal, an ultra marathon, 60 kilometers. And this friend of mine just challenged me to, are you serious about this thing? So let's go to Nepal, and you go and run. It's something that you can do. I'm like, what? I can run 50 meters.
Yeah.
Do you think I can run 60 meters? Along the way, the universe will also put people on your path to support you, to, make you believe that you can do things.
Yeah.
You got to embrace them. You got to go for them. And that's it. The rest is history. But these 9 months, at least in my physical part of me, I had the change that I needed. I would still have some chatter in my mind, but by then I already cut many things, like I can't do this, I will not fit in a S kind of size dress. One of the things that my personal trainer would do, this is me with 80 kilos, you say, just go to a shopping mall and buy a dress size S and keep it in your wardrobe and look at it every day. That will give you inspiration to keep going on.
Okay.
The day that I fit into I was XL. The day that I fit into an S size, I cried so much
Yeah.
because then I had like many dresses as sizes
Yeah.
to wear.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh my God,
Uh-huh.
if I can do this, what can't I do? So it was just believing in me and that I could do something. Never doubting. Doubt and fear. We used to talk about this, doubt and fear. Once you cut them and put them away, there is literally nothing that you can't do. So, yeah, this is just a start, at least the physical part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering because it's such a radical change for
Yeah.
someone that has lived that way for a long time, right? And
Yeah.
so, like, how were you able to cut down the chatters enough at least, or at least get you,
In
you
the
know,
pot.
started in that journey? Because is it just sheer determination and making that decision? Like, what do you think, if you have to look back on it, like, how were you able to, you know, come out of that depressed state and become like such a like motivated self so fast? Like, what was your approach to it?
There is something that I can tell you, Marco. Focus and determination and you believing in yourself. You need to have that drop. For me, I'll tell you, this thing was triggered to me because I had a drop. I literally look at my life.
Right.
You know, you stop and you look at your life and you ask, what's wrong? I mean, we have a tendency to ignore things. We just let them go and we complain. You know that nobody's there for you except you in the beginning. You gotta realize that
Deep.
you have to do it.
Yeah.
This is your job.
Yeah.
It's not someone who will come or someone who will just come and support. If you are not in that state of receiving it, of really saying, I'm going to start today, and of really, you know, get determined and say, I'm going to start and I'm going to do it, it won't happen.
Got you.
I really sat and look at my life and I look at all that. I'm like, what is this? I mean, this is not where I want to see myself. I'm not happy with this. But yeah, when I'm not happy with this, I wouldn't just sit there and wait for a miracle to happen. It's like what happened with many people nowadays. You want something to come to you, but then you don't do the job. You don't put effort on it.
Yeah.
You gotta do it. You gotta focus. I changed my diet. I followed a schedule that was given to me. I trusted my personal trainer because he had experience. This is one of the things. You want to change something, you don't know how to do it, find someone who've done something. Take that person's advice and follow it. I mean, you don't give the mind why.
Right.
And I was lucky because I got this personal trainer. He was really tough. Like, whoa. I would do impossible things, but I believe I could do them because he said I could do them. And he was giving me that energy, that support that I needed.
Right. And so what I'm hearing is there was so much like pain that you had to change, and it just put you in that spot. And that's what I realized as well. Like, two things that would motivate people: pain or insight.
Yes.
Or you see
indeed.
something, or something that pushes you. And what I like really what you said there. You know, find someone that are like, you know, ahead of you, so that can, you know, you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most, right? And so you feed off that energy. But what's your best tip for people to silence that doubt or fear, or just tune into another energy, like apart from this doubt and fear? So, like, what's a good approach to that, for that?
I would say it would start with the inner self. You ask yourself, am I happy? What do I want? we are provided with so many exterior things. There are so many things for us to choose nowadays.
True. Yeah.
You don't go after something. Nowadays, things come to you. Things come to you and you just accept them. If you are a woman, oh, this lipstick is beautiful. It's only $60, and then you buy it. Or this makeup will make you look beautiful. Da, 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 da. So there is this whole bunch of things being provided to you. You don't give them much thought. You just accept them. But do you really need those things? If you sit quiet for a minute, just in meditation, for instance, you ask, what do I really want? Because nothing is impossible, Everything is out there for you. We are in a world where everything is provided to you in order for you to experience them. There's nothing you can't be, do, or have. But if you really, really want something, sit quiet for a minute in meditation and sink that in, ground yourself, focus, cut the distractions. Most of these things are just distractions. The moment you decide what you want, you have a project, you want something, it's so specific. Sit quiet, focus, look forward to that. Cut whatever it is that's in your way that will not allow you to go there. Of course, things that you do and things that you choose to be should be for the greater good, should be for your own good, should be for what will make you happy, I don't think people will choose things to make them unhappy, because we it's our nature. We want to be happy. We want to be rich. We want to have this or that. So the chatter in the mind will actually as well stop. If you focus, don't give ears or eyes to things that will distract you from where you want to go. The more you cut these distractions, the clearer the path will be, more focused you will be. It's a beautiful thing if you reach that one tiny little ball of energy that it's inside of you, and it wants to boom, it wants to. Most of the time what happens is that we don't stop to observe this little thing that we have inside of us that wants to guide us. We will call it the spirit within, the real us. Being yourself, it's what it is. You have to filter and clean the pot for you to be yourself. Being yourself doesn't mean that you have to, well, in my case, I wanted to be fitter, sharper. I wanted my confidence back. It doesn't matter what it is. Some people just want to be, strong. Some people want to be fit. Some people don't really care about that.
Yeah.
You just find your thing. Find your thing.
Yeah.
Once you do, it doesn't matter what it is. And it will not matter for other people, because you are listening to the spirit within you. You focus, get the determination there. And then you will see that with time, everything will just easy down for you. Yeah.
So the bell, we're beside a church. That's one of the things of recording outside. But I'm hearing that means if we're able to tap into that energy within and know what we really want and become ourselves, what that does is that helps us clear away the blockages and the doubts and just go for what we really want.
Yes.
Okay. And so can you speak more about how can we all tap into that bowl of energy? Like, how can someone like Marcy back then, or someone that just starting out, that just heard about this concept, start tapping into that source energy so that they can remove those doubts and just really go for what they want in life.
There was a time where, apart from not enjoying life the way it was, I had many questions.
Yeah.
I had those, we call them the existential kind of questions. I was like, but who am I? What's my purpose, right?
Yeah.
Why am I here? Why are these things happening to me? Why I perceive, why I would see suffering, why I would see some people being successful and others not successful, you know? I had all of these. These were also the chatters in my mind.
Yeah.
Because when you are in an unhappy kind of state of mind, you question many things. And one of the first things that you will question is, why am I not happy? So how did I jump? How did I get out of that chattery kind of mind? Is that I spotted out. It came to me. Basically, the answer to who I am.
Okay.
That helped. That was the starting point. You know, the chatter didn't quite stop the moment I started to exercise and change my body size or anything. But right after, you know, I was just telling you the story where I was invited to my friend to go to Nepal. So basically, I would say that Nepal, me going to Nepal, was a starting point for me to actually getting to see the insights and getting to know my mind.
Yeah.
Because there, after the race, because we lost our flight coming, Dragonair. We lost our flight coming to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So I had to stay in Nepal for 2 more days. So what to do? Kathmandu is not a really nice city to be on.
Yeah.
So I went to Pokhara, which is like 20 minutes away from Kathmandu. It's a very beautiful city. And there, funny thing happened, and this is what I always say: when something is supposed to happen, the universe will make it happen. You don't question how; it will just happen. So, because we lost my flight to Hong Kong, then I went to Pokhara and stayed in Pokhara for a night. And then what happened was, like, there were no flights from Pokhara to Kathmandu the next day, fully booked. So what to do? So I had to buy new tickets and I had to stay 1 more day there. So one of the managers of the hotel just told me, you know, Pokhara is a very beautiful city. There is one of the 7 world peace stupas. It's like a temple, peace temples. One of them is in Pokhara. It's at the top of the hill, from where you can see the Annapurna. You can see the Himalayas. You know, it's very beautiful. And he just pointed to me. Do you see that white temple over there? I'm like, yeah, it's cool.
It's quite far.
Yeah. I'm like, it's like, why don't you go there? You know, it's very beautiful. This is one of the top attractions in Pokhara. Everybody goes there. I'm like, okay. And I look at that. I'm like, it looked like some 10 kilometers, something.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm going walking or running.
Yeah.
Well, it ended up to be some 21 kilometers.
Yeah.
Just walking around. But, you know, as I was approaching the temple, I started to feel this pull. Something was happening with me.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand what it was, but I just knew that I really needed to go there. It was a weird feeling, more of like of a calling. I was like tired, but I knew that I needed to go up there. So I keep walk up. So when I reached at the top, I could just see the Annapurna, the fishtail. We call the fishtail. It's the mountains. You know, the Himalayas, when they meet the highest point there. So, and I just I was blown away with the beauty. And then the lake down there, the birds, everything was so beautiful. I sat there on a bench and I was just looking. I couldn't move much. I just knew that something so peaceful was surrounding me. And right there is this man who approached me.
It's out of the blue.
Out of the blue.
Yeah.
And he started to talk to me, looking at me in my eyes. But I found myself to be on a very allowing state. He just said hi, and I said hi. And it was something so weird because and then he asked me, what are you doing here? I said, oh, I just came for some running, and then I came to Pokhara for a day because I missed my flight to go to Hong Kong. And then he looked at me in my eyes and he said, yes, that's what you tell to people when they ask you what you came to do in Nepal. But I am asking you, what brought you here? I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not getting what? It's like those, and then he told me, look into me. He was just like, those questions that you have, who are you? Questions about your father. And I was like, whoa, who's this guy? My father? And he was just nodding his head, and then me too, I was nodding my head. I'm like, yeah, I have many questions. So just next to me there was a lady who was on a wheelchair, and she turned to me and she asked me if I want some noodles. And I look at her and my mind was thinking, oh, why would she offer me her noodles? But I turned to her and I said, yes, I want your noodles. And then I'm like, what? Why would I say yes? But I was just, there was something, well, I said, yes, sure. And she just, there was a little booth over there. And she asked the guy to bring a spare bowl, and she shared the noodles, and she gave me her noodles, and I ate the noodles. And she turned to me and she said, it's been 9 years I don't come here since I had my accident. I'm like, 9 years? She was on a wheelchair.
Okay.
She couldn't walk.
Okay.
She's like, and then she told me, I don't know, today I felt like I should come here. I'm like, yo, it's beautiful, right? She's like, yes, this is so beautiful. So happened that Raj, this man who was talking to me, was her friend. And she also wanted to go to the stupa. And she said, can you help me to go to the stupa?
Yeah.
Her friend, a Japanese lady, brought her up there. She was with her friend. And Raj came along. And she's like, can you help me? Because Kimiko, my friend, is a bit tired. We've been up coming here. I'm like, sure, of course. I was just, let me help this lady. She wants to go to the stupa. Me too, I'm going there.
Yeah.
This is us like some 500 meters away from the stupa. When we were kind of 200 meters, 250 meters close to the stupa. Raj said, instead of going to the stupa, let's go to my place. I just turned to Sita, the lady on the wheelchair, and I said, it's okay if you want to go to his place, so it's up to you, you choose. She said, no, I know Raj for quite some time, this is my friend, I want to go to his place. It so happened that his place was up the hill, some 50 meters.
Yeah.
And this is a lady on a wheelchair. And then
Yeah.
we're like, oh my God, how? But we did it. Just pull up.
Yeah.
Then we went, oh my God, we reached Raj's place. We didn't go to the stupa anymore. That's when I entered Raj's garden, that I had this, today it's what I know, and we would say a Kundalini experience, because my whole body started to shiver.
Yeah.
And I felt something climbed up my spine, and just there was this explosion of beauty, of colors and sounds, and I was just there, and I couldn't talk. I was stuck. somehow. I just felt stuck there, but a very good stuck.
Yeah.
You know, not something freaky or anything. I was just like, whoa, what's this? What's happening? They went in, so Raj's wife came with juices and they were just talking. I couldn't do anything much. I just moved away near to a small puja place, a small a corner where they would put incense and oil to pray
Yeah.
and do offerings. I just stayed there, and Raj then came to me. They went in, but some 5 minutes later, Raj came to me. And he just sat next to me. I sat on a rock and I started to cry. And I cried for so long. And he was crying with me. And then he was just saying, it's okay. And then I started to laugh. I laughed for so long. And then he was laughing along as well. So I just turned to him and I said, I don't know what's going on, but what is this? He's just like, it's okay. Just vent it out, let it out. These things that you are feeling, you are like cleaning and cleansing.
Yeah.
So many things that you have inside, things that were stuck, relationship with your father. I'm like, how do you know about my father? He's okay. I can just sense. He was just telling me. I can see many things. And in your case, he was just asking, what's your name? I'm like, Marcy. He's like, you've been on a path. It's not a coincidence that you are here now. You are meant to be here. And I will actually tell you to come back here. Go home now, but come back as soon as you can and stay here for a 7 days retreat. All those questions that you have, we can do something about them. We can show you a perspective, give you some answers, maybe free yourself from many things that have been haunting you or making you depressed and sad for quite some time. I'm like, okay. I was just in a state of allowance. I didn't have more holidays that year. This is 2016.
Yeah.
But next near January, as soon as the year started, I was already out back in Nepal again for my spiritual retreat. And there, at this retreat, is where and Raj back then just told me, get a list, make a list of your 1,000 questions that you have. I had a list of 100 and something questions.
Yeah.
And when I arrived there in January, he said, so did you bring your questions? I'm like, yes, I brought my questions. They are here. He said, keep them. In the end of the retreat, you come with them. We will talk about them. So there, during these 7 days, is where I got to know, I got the knowledge and the insight of who I was, who you are,
Okay.
who we all are. And it became so clear. You want to ask me who you are? You are a light. You are a beam of consciousness who's down here having experiences. Whether you are aware of it or not, it all depends on how yourself, your higher self, your subconscious mind will guide you in time for you to get to know that, for you to be sure of that. People would say, you are light, you are a piece of God's source inside. You are love incarnate. These are words, but you really grasping it and feeling it is something completely different. You being sure of that is something completely different. So this retreat gave me the certainty of who I really was. And from that moment on, I don't doubt it, because I've seen it. During these 7 days, we did meditation, many prana exercises, a lot of studies, many insights, meditation, just to clarify this path, Raj, my spiritual teacher, he didn't just give me the knowledge, but he also guided me through a path of, okay, what is it what do you want in life, Marcy? And I would just talk to him, and then he would just So why do you see this perspective? Do you see that one? Look at them, think, decide, go for it. Use wit. One of the things that, I would forever be grateful to my spiritual teachers and all the other ones that came after, because I was guided through a path where so many other things came along, was the use of wit and discernment. You are giving things. Do not just accept things just because they come to you. Question them. How do you feel about them? Is this true? What do I think about it? So don't just go along just because everybody's going along. Question them. In your mind, in your mind's eyes, how do you feel? Something in you will always tell you if that's wrong or if that's right. Always choose the righteous part. Not because it's what people say that it's right, but because you feel that's right. There are things that some people would say that they are wrong, but in you, you don't see them as wrong. So,
Yeah.
The use of discernment, of wit and determination, and you getting to know yourself for real, who you really are, will stop the chatter because you are focused. There is one thing in my life that from that day on I said I would follow. It's like this lighthouse that's there in the end. Never lose track of it. Even if you are far away in a very far land, there is that lighthouse there, always shining a light. Always remember that there is that white light there, and you guide yourself through, so that you don't get lost. You may experience and do many things along the way, but you know that there is a lighthouse there. There is a beam there.
Got you.
That's it. So you may got distracted in life doing this, experience that. But don't forget who you are. You are a light. You are here to experience things and to create things and to manipulate energy. That's what's given to you. Without fear. Don't doubt it.
Yeah.
And then the rest are just experiences and creations. You just play along. Use discernment though. Don't just take things just because. Ask yourself, how do you feel?
Got you. Wait, before we continue, let's take a break.
Sure.
I think it's a little bit high level. So I want
to simplify?
Yeah, I want to simplify a little bit. I want to simplify it down a little bit more for people. Like, how does this practically work? Because your story is beautiful. Like, you went to Nepal, you met a spiritual teacher, and you experienced who you really are. And so, like, for people, is it like go on a retreat? I think a lot of people would say that's a good recommendation. But let's say if I can't go to retreat now, especially with everything that's going in quarantine, how, like first of all, what did you experience? Let's start from there. Like, what do you experience in the retreat that made you believe that you are that light source energy? Like, what did you experience?
Well, I think different people will have different experiences.
Sure.
It's not because that I experienced it that will mean that it could be a trigger for somebody else as well.
Yeah.
I always felt different. I always knew that there is something beyond this whole thing for me. So I can only actually tell you the perspective of in my experience.
Sure.
It so happened that I always knew that there was something else out there. And then I was provided with something that could just explain what it was. You see, some people and most people, yes, they probably do not have any trigger. They just find themselves right now somewhere, and then maybe they are kind of lost, or they are just fighting life, like wanting to have something, to do something, to create something, but they do not know how to do it.
Yeah.
People do not really have to be spiritual or to find that light
Yeah.
to kind of like fix their lives, or to kind of like just move on and find something to do. If it's nothing spiritual, if it's not yet spiritual, what I would say, again, sit with yourself, ask, what is it that I want from my life? And sit in meditation and feel, let it sink. Really listen to you. You know, there are many things around. It's like what I said. You are provided with so many things that will distract you from whatever it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
Do not follow into that trap. Don't get distracted. If you are focused, if you are determined to do and have something in life, fight for it. Don't doubt it, and don't feel fearful about it. Doubts and fears are dream killers. You can't expect to actually do something or something to bloom if you are feeling fearful.
Yeah.
Or if you are in doubt that you can't do it. You know, how to actually realize and get to know and experience that you are that light.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that will come to you, because each person's experience, it's different.
Right.
It may not happen in
Yeah.
this life. It may actually not happen at all.
Okay.
Some people will never, or not never. Some people will not experience God, source, universe kind of enlightening experiences right now. So they do not, or they will not base whatever changes they need in their lives through this path, through this spiritual thing. If spirituality, if they don't feel any connection with source or anything like that right now, but they just want to develop their career, their lives, or whatever it is that they want to do, I would say just go for it. Whatever you put your mind into, and just remove fear, remove doubts, you will conquer it. And then the chatter in the mind will say, oh, but I don't have the money for that. I you see, doubts,
Yeah.
fear.
And so almost like in the meditation, you silence yourself and you quiet it down, and then what happens in the meditation? Like an idea comes to you, like a thought comes to you, like
Sometimes, yeah, pretty much. When the mind is still, when you sit in meditation, it's not a home kind of meditation. Is not boring at all. Sometimes you can just start with a simple breathing thing. You just observe, you just calm down. There's nothing more to it. It's just a calming down kind of thing. Just realize that you are breathing in and out, in and out. You feel the air getting in and out. So that if you do that, you will notice that you have no chatter in the mind. So the more you do that, the calmer you get, the more determined and focused you will be. Because if you are able to sit for 15 or half an hour, just to realize or to notice your breathing, you can as well sit for half an hour and think through your life, sharpen and clean things out, and focus in one single point. You can ask.
Because I was just talking to a buddy of mine and some buddies, like as 20-something-year-old, like I'm sure people that are listening to this are probably around my age, like trying to figure out their life and things like that. And I'm surprised, because when I talk to my friends, some people don't like to think, or when I ask them these big questions, like they don't know the answer, or maybe because when they have to ask these big questions and like they have an answer that's uncomfortable, it actually makes them even in a more initially uncomfortable state, right?
Yeah.
So, or if you have to face your emotions, that's a challenging inner work that you have to do. And so, like for me, like I learned the importance of just feeling your feelings and having to go through that. Like during your depression, like was it like how did you go through that uncomfortable phase? Because like we know what we need to do, like we know deep down we know like we have big things that we gotta do, right? But like for you, what's that push, that that to go, just to face it and have that courage to like just go for it?
I just got tired of feeling sorry for myself.
Just like sick at it,
Yeah,
tired of feeling,
gosh.
tired of
I
feeling
was like,
tired.
man, what happened? Really, I just reached a point where I was like, if I don't get up from this bed and move,
Yeah,
nothing will change.
got you.
You know? I literally got tired of that. And I know myself, memories of the old me would come along all the time. And I will ask myself, what happened? Why am I not like that anymore? So indeed, actually, we have everything that happens to us. They are actually blessings. I'm very thankful for my experiences of how depressed I was or all the bad things that happened to me because they pushed for me.
Yeah.
It's like what we say about anger. We don't like you. Yes, it's like what you said too. Acknowledge your feelings. You are angry? Oh, realize, yes, I'm feeling angry. And emotions and feelings, they come and go. They are just triggering things. If you just observe them, they have no power over you. But if you dwell into them, if you let them getting all over you, you will be so drained because it's an energy that comes to suck you, to drain you out. So I literally simply got tired of feeling sorry for myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I feeling sorry for myself?
Yeah.
It's a very sad state to be on because you don't have energy to want to do anything. You don't want to go out, you don't want to try things.
Yeah.
You feel down, really. And it's for me, the feeling like that triggered my mind. I just said in my mind, I said, I would just observe the state, the feeling.
Yeah.
And my mind would say, enough. I don't want to feel like this anymore. As simple as that.
I can totally relate because like you're in that state of like you're just tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
And then you just like fuck it, like you just gotta go for it, right?
I don't want this anymore. Yeah, I was just like, I don't want this anymore. Because I know that I'm able and capable of doing so many things.
Yeah. And then that's a determination, and that's you just gotta stick to that.
And you keep pushing for
higher voice.
Yes.
You just stop pushing.
It's
pushing
a wheel.
that.
Once you start,
Yeah.
of course, the results will not come straight away. This is why it's very important. You need to have focus and determination because, it's what we call the 21 days of breaking down a habit kind of thing. So
100%.
whenever it is, you start to do not give up. Keep going, keep going. Out of the blue, you will realize, oh, you look back,
Yeah.
I'm actually out of there.
Yeah.
I gotta push up. I gotta keep going. It's a non-stop kind of wheel because in the meantime you are loving yourself more. In the meantime you are starting to observe other things. In the meantime, if you add a little bit of eating well, exercising, you are building up confidence.
You get the momentum, right?
Yeah, you got the stamina, and then
Yeah.
you keep going and you keep pushing forward and forward and forward. And out of the blue, it's been 3 months, 4 months, you are in a completely different place than you
Yeah.
were a few months back.
Right.
And you are like, whoa, I like this new me,
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
100%.
It's beautiful.
So I think like the initial phase is just the toughest, and once you
To get out of there.
get out of that and you are able to really go for it and really
Yeah.
like just stick for it for a while and experience that new
Yeah.
paradigm, then it gets better, right?
It's actually it's just a fight between you and you.
Yep.
There's nothing else.
Yep.
It's you and your mind.
Yep.
It's the mind. You see, it's the mind.
The mind game.
It's a mind game.
And
There is nothing more.
because we talk a lot about like when I first met you around I think 9-10 months ago,
Yeah.
I was in a different state, right? And then just
Okay.
just I don't know, I feel like I've grown.
You've grown, of
Yeah.
course. We all do. As
Yeah.
time goes by.
And I was asking you a lot about like following the heart as well, because for me, like if you don't follow the mind and you want to stop that chatter to go back into our intuition and go back to the source light, for me is really like listening to the heart as well and feeling my emotions, letting that be my inner compass for me to make decisions, not all just rationalizing in my brain.
Yes.
And I know that you said that everything is in the umbrella of love, like the love is the ultimate answer. So that's what a lot of people like say as well. I totally believe that love is a high vibrational frequency that we like. My mission is just to have a more loving and conscious world, right? Can you speak more about like why like the answer is love first of all? Let's start there.
Yeah. The ultimate goal of a human being is to love and be happy. You want to be loved. You want to love. You want to provide. You want to be the trust, the security, right? If you don't want it, you want to feel it. This is the thing. So everything is love. When you come to realize that actually you are love, what you are, and what you are aiming to, the happiness that you are looking for, is actually love. Everything will make so much sense and will be so much easier. This path, there is no need for struggling. Even the hardships that we have in life, they are based in love. If you
Okay.
look at it, the hardships are there, but just for the purpose for you to get back to you and love yourself. Self-love. We can't, for instance, wanting to change the world if we don't change ourselves first. How do we change ourselves? By loving ourselves, by paying attention to us, by clear the doubts and the fears. When you are doing that, you are loving yourself.
Okay.
So the more you do that, the more you getting close into taking care of you, getting safe, feeling safe, giving love, opening your heart, doing things just because, there is this part of us we really, really, really just want to do and nurture. It's so beautiful. It's so vulnerable. But yes, we are in a society where nowadays being vulnerable is something that it's seen like a weakness.
There's a comeback though. Vulnerable is coming back.
A lot.
Though. Yeah.
Yeah, it is seen as a vulnerability. I mean, if you...
Especially for men, right? So
yes.
touchy
Oh
feelings,
my
right?
God. But
Yeah.
can you see how beautiful it is for a man to be in love and being vulnerable? You don't find it nowadays. So when you look at it and
The
you
girls
find
are wet.
it,
Yeah.
because it's so beautiful. I mean, I don't understand why guys want to be so tough and so manly, They do not want to be vulnerable. They do not want to be enclosed in love, but it's so beautiful. Indeed, the masculine energy has been getting away and more away from this vulnerability, which is love. The association of guys don't cry, or you gotta be tough, you are the provider, there is the whole role, many roles has been assigned to the masculine,
Yeah.
that it creates imbalance, and the feminine as well. The feminine is not seeking for love in herself because she's all the feminine, is believing a lot that this thing is outside of her. So masculine will not chase it or have it or show it because it's weak.
Okay.
And feminine will not give it or give it, yeah, in this sense, because feminine is full of love, but she will not give it because she's not realizing that she has it.
Okay.
She's looking for it outside of herself. So there is a huge imbalance going on.
Yeah.
This is why, but again, we have feminine and masculine inside of us.
Yeah.
So when you got to see that and you got to love yourself,
Yeah.
love yourself, give love, be kind. Do one kindness act per day, just because.
Okay.
Just, it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There is this whole association of me. The ego is getting so big nowadays that it doesn't make you see that you are a lovable being, that you are made of love. So once each one of us actually get to just love, just be, this thing is contagious. You just chill. Love everything. Love a bird, love a pet, love a dog, a cat. Be human. It will open your heart to so much more. And it is contagious.
Yeah.
Why? When people see and know and recognize love, they may not show it, but they see it. Why? Because it's something that in them it's also there, but they are unable to express it,
Yeah.
to show it.
Yeah.
Due to past traumas, due to the blockages of the chakras, or due to the energy blockage and so on. But you see, Marco, if you decide to open your heart and act from your heart, everything you do is based on love.
100%.
If you decide to do that, and if each single person decide to do that, can you see what we could accomplish in the world?
100%.
Can you see how we can just enlarge this big energy that's love?
Because it's coming from that source of place, right?
Yes. And it's something that comes from inside to the outside of you.
Yeah.
If the masculine just say, you know what, I'm tired of being tough, because masculine may say, I don't cry, I don't love this, but yes you do. When you are alone in your room, there is a lot of emotions going on there. You are just there, you don't show, but you feel things too.
Yeah.
And ladies,
Men cry too.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful to see a man cry. Beautiful in a sense of just, so much trauma since kids.
Yeah.
Masculine are like, don't cry. No, you. Why? This thing must stop.
Yeah.
And ladies, you are enough. Women, you have it all.
Yeah.
You are safety, you are security, you are love.
You're sexy.
You are sexy, you can. You have as much power.
Yeah.
So stop looking for it outside of you. Find it in you first.
So
Once you do, everything comes under that umbrella.
So Marcy, let's say I'm listening to this conversation, I'm inspired. I have that spark. I have through insight. I wanna start reconnecting to my heart. And so, if I've been disconnected, if I've been just feeling numb because certain traumas have been blocking me, or there's my heart is just I rather not connect with so what can I do? What can I do to start rekindling that and connecting back to that light source, baby? Give us some juice there.
You gotta learn to let go.
Okay.
Let go. Let go of the pride. Let go of all that heaviness that's been there, not allowing you to simply be. Let go.
Let go.
Get
Okay.
out. Okay. You will ask yourself, you say, you want that? You want love in your life? But at the same time, I would ask you, why do you think love is missing in your life? why it's not there. You see, things happen to us. We come along with baggages from the past.
Mm-hmm.
There is always a trauma or another that will block us, that will stop us from trying again, from putting ourselves out there, from doing things because it hurt.
The asshole.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah.
they are just experiences.
Yeah.
They just showed you what not to go for or what not to do. You experiences are like that. You just got the juice is just get the lesson and then throw it away. Ah, okay. So that guy taught me not to. That girl, that experience with my family, because this is also love, just taught me, just let them think the way they want to think. I don't need to change anything or anybody.
Yeah.
But this will not stop me from being what I am. So let go of that garbage, man. Allow love to come. Be vulnerable. These belief systems is what we call them. They are belief systems. We believe that we can't do this, we can't act like this, we can't have this, we can't have that. Because first, society says so. Two, I grow up my whole childhood thinking like this. My mom told me this, my dad told me that. That girl in high school, she really ripped my heart apart.
Yeah.
And from that on, no, I got stuck there. So now, before putting myself into something new,
Yeah.
I am going to be careful.
Calculated. You're like, because that's your coping mechanism, right? That's how you
the
protect.
shield. You protect yours. You protect. It's a protection from the heart. You block your heart.
You don't want to feel hurt.
You don't want to feel hurt.
Yeah.
But let it go.
Uh-huh.
You don't really have to see it as hurt.
Okay. How can we see it?
It's just an experience. It happened. It needs to happen because it needed to show me something. Once you just grasp it, you just pick it up, let it go. If you look at every single experience in the past, just look. For instance, a disappointment, a heartbreak.
Yeah.
What was the main thing there? Put your pride apart. Why did it hurt that much? Did I give too much of myself and she was unwilling? She didn't get it? Okay, she didn't want it. That's fine. There is somebody else out there who will want it. It doesn't mean that you have to love yourself.
Okay.
You see, we are all free beings. We gotta stop putting our power in the hands of other people.
That's huge.
We gotta stop doing that because once you do that, you are trapped.
Yeah.
Love in a very... I don't want to go too far with this, saying we gotta know a little bit about the importance of detachment.
Yes, that's what I was
loving
thinking.
unconditionally. Detach from... It's not just with regards to love, but with everything. Detach from the outcome. Be an observer of the things that happen in your life. And see and understand that all those things happen because there was lessons there to teach you something, to toughen you up in certain aspects, so that whatever is to come, you do not commit the same mistakes. Don't close your heart. Keep it open. Because sometimes we think it's just a love matter that we are closing ourselves into, but the heart is one. You are heartbroken, everything around will kind of be blocked anyway, because you are sad and your energy will go down.
Yeah,
and
suppressed,
it will
right?
affect... It suppresses many other things.
And so, is it not to prevent being hurt, but when you are being hurt, just observe that you are hurt and kind of extract where you need to extract and just move on from that?
Yes.
It's just a part of
Don't
feeling.
get it personal.
It's just
Yes.
it's beauty because you can feel hurt,
It is.
right?
It is. You are just a tiny little child when in that moment your mind
Yeah.
is believing that you are hurt. So what we do is we listen to sad songs, we eat that chocolate, and we stay home for it's okay. Feel your emotions. Vent. Talk to your friends.
Express it, right?
Express it.
Yeah.
Realize it's there. But then get to see that it was just an experience.
Right.
You know, it's just an experience.
Right.
Painful, yes. Luckily, we have emotions. We can feel them. But these things that happen shouldn't block us from anything, from more beautiful things that are along coming. We always say the best is yet to come. It is true. Keep your mind sharp, keep your mind positive. Have your experiences, cry your tears, laugh your laughs. Just be present in the moment. You don't have to carry, let it go. You don't have to carry that baggage with you all the way through the future.
I think that's one of the biggest things, at least from my personal growth journey, is once you're able to let go of the past and do the inner work that you need to do. Wow, like that, your mind is not on the past anymore. Now that you can focus on what you want to create in the future,
Yes.
you have so much more energy to
That's
manifest,
so beautiful
right?
to listen. Yes.
And so, but that is that cleansing of the past takes some like commitment, and it faces your gremlins. But I think I'm really grateful for being in this personal growth journey like at a relatively young age, because now I have like so much more life to create now, and now like, because it never really goes away. It's just suppressed in your subconscious, and you're never able to raise your baseline of happiness. But once you get those things out of the way, you're genuinely more happy, and you're not like, you're happy from the inside, and you can like, oh my God, I still have work to do. From the past, I still have certain things I need to go over, but like that gradual process.
You see,
right?
This is your lighthouse there.
Okay.
Things are happening around, but you know that the lighthouse is there. There is a light. It's you. Once you get to do your inner work, once you get to really dedicate time to you, understand yourself, know yourself, and see that whatever happens, whatever distractions and things around are just experiences guiding you to that lighthouse there.
Beautiful.
Everything is perfect.
Yeah.
Everyone who come along to play the role of that girl who hurt you, or your dad who said something that you didn't like, or a friend who just stabbed you in the back.
Yeah.
They are just showing you things.
Yeah.
Just be the observer instead of the victim of, oh my God, they did this to me.
Yeah.
Things don't happen to you, they happen for you. So it's just a question of changing the perspective
100%.
of how you've been seeing things playing along in your life, and let go. Okay, I understand now. You can simply just look back to an experience in the past that you are really like, and then look at it in a different way.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, he just wanted to show me that I should listen to my intuition.
Yeah.
Or he just actually did that so that I could learn how to not be so easygoing.
Yeah.
You see? So, because every single thing, every single experience, every single person is just teaching us something or giving us insights. In my personal life and experience, this is how I am, and this is how I don't take anything personal. I keep an inner smile inside, because I know that every single individual, whether it's my boss, my friend, my mom, my dad, my sisters, my enemy, I don't have enemies, but people, people think that they do something wrong to you, or they are thinking that they are doing things to hurt you. In my mind's eyes and in my heart, no, they are just assisting me in my life project, in my path. 'Cause
That
they have to offset and do those things in
Yeah.
order for me to grow out of
Yeah.
that, you see. And through love, through my heart center, which is the only place I can act from. I forgive, I live, I laugh, I smile, I move on. So I
that
don't take
explains
anything
your
personal.
that explains why you're so easygoing. Like nothing seems to like phase you, and in a way.
Yeah, because this is how I see life.
Yeah.
I don't. This is literally how I see life. I'm just here to give love, to do what I can, and to observe and take insights from it. In the meantime, everybody is well and everything is okay.
Yeah. I want to bring it more to an understanding of how to really apply these insights like every day, because I want to know how like Marcy is in the law firm, because you work as a
Coordinator. I
coordinator?
coordinate a department. Yes.
in a patent.
This is the doing department.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
So-
the doing and the being. Yeah.
So how can you apply these insights in like for example, your career, or like how are you like in the office, and how can you apply this spiritual understanding in your day to day, so that you're able to have a more achieve like quality life overall?
Actually, I would say, I am the same person while working that I am in my daily life, in my routine life. At the office is quite interesting and funny because, well, I would give Reiki to my coworkers and we talk about energy, and I am very blessed to be an ear that some can come to and talk and vent, and
Yeah.
when they need support, and I'm there. How can I actually, I love my job. By all means, and this is what I tell to people, I love what I do. People may ask, oh, if you are so spiritual and if you are in this path, why not creating something for yourself, or why do you have a boss, or this or that? Well, in what I do, I created it already. I am very free. Luckily I work at a place where I am free to have things my way. Everything there works perfectly for me. I love my colleagues, and we have a very good and mutual understanding. We are friends, so it comes for me just like a compliment. I love what I do. This is very important. How can you balance your life, your spiritual path, and the things that you do? You gotta love what you do. But I'm very straightforward too. If I'm not happy with something, I'll just move along, because I don't give even my mind time to be thinking or questioning about what am I doing here. No, I'm there, I'm safe, I like what I do, that's it. I see many people not merging the life with work, and they would question and ask themselves, I don't like this, what am I supposed to do? But I can't quit, I have bills to pay, I have this and this and this and that. Well, it's a biggie, yes, but again, you come to your heart center, the fear and the doubts. What makes you think that you can't do something else?
Your belief systems.
Yeah. And then again, once you are believing in something, it is what it is.
It becomes true.
It becomes true. You are locking yourself down into a position, into a place where you are not happy, And then you don't have strength to move on or to do something else. Why? Because you are believing that you can't. Change this perspective. Change this idea about you can't do something because you need. Well, dears, if you are thinking, I can't do that,
Yeah.
what are you expecting? Change your mind and your perspective about really when it comes to work, especially because well, there is a crisis going on now. It's not something that I would say it would be applicable right now for people being quitting their jobs because they don't like. No, again, use discernment. This is why discernment is important.
Yeah.
You do have, yes, your right part of the mind who goes, I want to be free and this and that. But you also have your left side of the mind who's logical, and it will tell you, when you follow your intuition, it's not the proper time. Be safe. Analyze things. Do things at the proper time. So, but sit with yourself and ask. Ask. Okay, if I am not happy here doing this, what could I do? Ideas will always come. Actually, deeply down inside of you, there is always something that you know that you have a tendency to be doing or whatsoever. But many people are still lost in this path when it comes to their what is it that they could do, the purpose, this and that. But what can I just say is that in terms of work, the moment you believe that you can't leave that place because you will not find something else, or you will not find something similar that would give you the same amount of money to pay the rent, to do the groceries or this or that, you are stucking yourself there. You gotta get out of this belief system, of this mind that says, I can't do this.
And
that's the first thing. I can't. Okay, you can't.
Because everything starts with the mind first.
Everything starts with the mind first.
And I think this goes the same to the people that want to find a job and saying, I can't find a job that I would truly want.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You would spend the same amount of energy thinking, I'm going to find that job, and believe it.
That you'll find something you love. Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of, it's a constant chatter. I can't find this. Oh, it's so difficult. It's when you are thinking like that, the universe doesn't have any other job to do but to prove that you are right. Yes, it's difficult, so nothing will come your way. Might as well just change the thought. It is possible for me to find something that I like. It will actually just happen because I believe so. Oh, they may say, oh, Marcy, you live in a dream world. That's not possible. Well, this is me. This is my reality. I can't prove it will be to you. If you don't try it, just give it a try. Try it first. Try. Use discernment. Try. Everything is your own experience. This is what, this thing, people need to get to know who they really are. I mean, you are a very powerful being. Things will come to you if you believe that they will come to you. Whatever you create in your mind, you are giving it a base for creation. If it's something positive, expect it, it will come to you. But again, if it's something negative, yes, you are right, it will come to you too. There are people who go, I'm so unlucky, everything happens to me, and guess what? How is their life? Indeed, it's a very negative state of being, so everything wrong happens to them. But you see people who are positive, oh, they are so lucky. They are so,
this goes
alive.
To the law of attraction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the law of attraction.
Because, you recommended me the book, The Ask and It's Given.
Yes.
And it talks about how, your thoughts and your emotions would equate to your vibration.
Yeah.
And we have to be in the same vibration inside.
You keep the state.
To attract what we want on the outside. If we want to be abundant, we got to feel abundant inside first. And that would help us just be in a more proactive state, and that makes sense in a practical term, because you're doing more, you're thinking more, you're more creative, then you implement more, and then you have more quality thoughts, and things are just bound to happen because of that positive upward cycle.
You attract positive things to you once you keep a positive state.
Right.
You know, envision something. See yourself having it. Keep the state. Keeping the state is very
Keeping the
important.
feeling.
Keeping the feeling. You know, don't go down just because something happened or there is a phone call. Okay, you try for a job, but then they call you to tell you, oh, someone else came, and then you are already down. No, okay, you just say, okay, fine. I know that somebody else would call. I'll try. If it went down, it's because it wasn't meant to be. It means that probably there is something better for you out there. So you see, keep the state. Things will happen to try. The universe will put all these things in your path to try how serious you want this thing.
Damn.
You really want that? Show me now. Yeah, are you serious, Marco? You want that thing? Okay, here you have it. But expectation will kill it. Attachment will kill it. Because the expectation is a very
Needy.
yeah, it's a bad energy. You mean you put it out there, you want it so much, but then you expect it. There is only one way. The expectation is there is only one part with the expectation.
Okay.
It's that thing, that's it. But
Okay.
if they give you the other part, you are like, so better to hope for something, believe it, but then throw it away. If it comes, fine. If it doesn't come, fine.
Okay.
Something else will come.
Yep.
See, but keep the state.
Yep. Beautiful.
This is it. It's as simple as that. You trust, you believe, you are supported. You cheer up that mind, get out of that negative belief systems that we've been building on, and every day there is more and more coming. We believe this or that. You believe not because you experienced it. Most of the things we don't even experience. We don't even know if they are true. We just take them and we assume that they are true, and then we live them. So use discernment. Have stuff coming your way through your own experience. Or if you want to know about something, go after and experience them so that you will feel. Oh, you tell a child, sugar is sweet. Well, okay, but tell the child for 10 years that sugar is sweet, but never give a sugar to the child. What do you think in the mind of the child is the taste of sugar?
I don't know. Just a concept, right?
It's just a concept.
Yeah.
So till the child taste the sugar
Yeah.
to see what it is with his or her own tongue.
Yeah.
There is no experience. There is
Yeah.
there is no knowledge of what sugars taste like. Only in the mind. So you see, there are a lot of belief systems, there are a lot of things out there. They tell us that this is like this is like that. But we don't experience them. We just believe them to be truth for some reason.
And that goes into this conversation as well. Like what we're saying, we gotta have our own experience, right? This is what our conversation is, just our experience of what happened to us. And when you
Yes.
apply these things, then you have your own internal experience, and you might see it in a different perspective, which is
Yeah.
100% fine, and
Yeah.
it should be that way as well.
Yeah, this is what I say,
Yeah.
Whatever I say and share is my own experience of things. So don't take my word for it. Go and try it out.
100%, yeah.
Go and stop thinking like that. Change the mind,
Yeah.
change your way of thinking, and experience it by yourself.
And
That's
I think it's also a like for me, like it's also just a progress. Like it's like a spiral, like there's two ways to go about your state. Like one is downward, one is upward. So like in the book Acid and Given, right, it talks about getting to that next state. Like if you're feeling like fear, maybe go to like boredom, which is a better state than fear, and then just slowly build up from there. So there's no like meet where you're at and then slowly build up from there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever feeling comes,
Yeah.
look at it. I find myself sometimes, I would say sad. I sit in my sofa and I'm sad. And then I'm like, I start to think, well, why am I sad? What happened to create this sort of feeling? And then I find myself analyzing. I know I'm sad. Well, I texted my friend and she didn't say anything. And because she didn't say anything, I started to get worried and my mind started to create things. Oh, because maybe this happened to her. Maybe that. Taka, 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 taka. And then the chatter starts.
Yeah.
And then, out of the blue, she texts us. And she just say, oh, sorry, I didn't reply before because I was doing this or that.
Yeah.
And then it went away. My sadness or my worry went away. And then if you sit to analyze what you did with something that you just believed to be true, you just get the sadness and you believed in that sadness. Something came and you took it and then you allowed it to sink in for a while and then it changed everything around you in a split of a second. Feelings come, fear come, boredom comes, and I'm so bored, there's nothing I can do. Meh! It's just smoke. Get out. Change the state.
We can change our own state.
Change it straight away. So I'm sad. I noticed that I can choose just to think
Right.
something else. You know,
Yeah.
I can choose just she's not saying anything because she's busy or today's that day of the month. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do not believe the things that my mind gave me
Yeah.
at first.
Yeah.
I just look at it and oh, okay, I'm feeling like this, and then I move on.
Yeah.
We always have the choice. Just don't realize that we have the choice. You have the choice to change your state from fear to boredom to suddenly happy or being at peace. Just let it go.
Yeah. By choosing what to think.
Yes.
And by choosing the perspective.
Yeah.
Okay.
Choosing what to think by deciding that right now I'm happy and that's it. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juicy. There's a lot of good insights already in this this episode. I think one of the biggest one for me is just to about feeling hurt, but still go just feeling that love and connecting back to the heart and quieting the chatter a little bit.
Yes.
And just
important.
connecting back to source. Yeah. I want to speak about two topics before we kind of end this episode, and I think these two topics are very interesting. One, let's start with the ayahuasca experience, because I feel like this is something that I'm very curious about.
Yeah, sure.
I have plans to experience this. And so you recently went to Peru and did it. So could you please tell us what is ayahuasca? And yeah, let's start there.
What is ayahuasca? I would, Mama ayahuasca, Mother ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Well, ayahuasca is one of the, we can say, spiritual medicines that we have out there that can provide one with a lot of insights and answers about life, about the purpose, about anyway, many things, spiritually speaking. Spiritually, not just spiritually, but it provides people with a guidance about what to do, what's been happening, and how can you better your life. There are many other blah blah about ayahuasca out there, but again, here I am talking about my experience.
100%. Yeah.
Which was one of the best insights that I had in this spot so far.
Okay.
Matter of fact, my ayahuasca retreat was kind of like a closure on this kind of search that this path of searching that I've been all this time. I I did ayahuasca retreat, and I also did San Pedro retreat while in Peru. So what's ayahuasca? Basically, it's just a brew. It's a drink
Yeah.
from some native plants from the Andes and Amazon that the shamans and the tribes, they would boil it for up to 8 hours. Some leaves, they put some leaves together and the ayahuasca plant, and it will just boil for that amount of time just to get to the brew, which is a brownish color sort of tea.
Yeah.
It's drinkable. The taste is yucky, but it's drinkable.
Yeah.
But what's beautiful about ayahuasca is that, well, there is this whole ceremony that, at least where I did it, the shaman will come to you, and they will have a spiritual teacher along as well. There is this whole crew of people who will be there assisting you, or to assist you during your retreat. Because when you drink the brew, you may go off up to 8 hours just having psychedelic experiences, which are basically you facing your mind. It's you with your mind, you know.
Okay.
This mind that I talk about that does the chatter, and there are many facets to it. There is a ego mind, a victim mind, there is a wise mind, there is the higher self. So with ayahuasca, what the drink does, what she does, is that she makes it very clear to you about past experiences, what happened, blockages that you have, where are you going, what do you want to know. But there is one thing about ayahuasca as well, is that you got to be prepared for it. For me, it was a very nice and beautiful experience because I've been searching and I was ready for it. So I would not advise people to just go into ayahuasca just because.
How do you know if you're ready?
I've been on a spiritual path for quite some time, and I know my mind. So when I went there, my mind was already sharp. So you do need to have a bit of a sharp mind if you really want to get the juice and the really answers from ayahuasca. So I just had 2-3 questions in my mind when I went there. You see those 100 questions that I had before they were left there.
Yeah.
By the way, on my last day of retreat with Raj,
and
he just asked me, "What about your questions?" I said, "I don't have any questions anymore."
Great.
So you see, so from that time on, I've gathered many knowledge about me. How can I better myself? So when I went to do ayahuasca, I just had few questions left about my personal life, about should I pursue spiritual healing as a professional career or not, and about partnership. So I was very specific with my
partnerships.
Yes. And she showed me so much that, oh my God, things are just happening now because everything is so clear. It's but to do ayahuasca, your mind must be sharp. Otherwise, it's a whole psychedelic experience.
Meaning,
if you can't focus the mind to specifically, because you must ask those questions while you are in trance.
So just having that foundation to know how to direct your consciousness is good. Yes. Okay.
You must.
Okay.
But actually, just before you do the sessions, the shaman will be there, and they will do other ceremonies just to get to see if you are actually ready for the retreat.
Okay.
They may, at least where I went, by reading your energy levels, by checking by throwing the coca leaves, by reading the past, or having to get to see your energy body, they can just spot out whether you are ready for a retreat or not.
Okay.
By the replies that you would give when they talk to you. You know, it's just analyzing. It's just like you talk to a person. You know that at a certain level, whether the person is ready for that or not.
With ayahuasca, it's very intriguing because a lot of people obviously gain a lot from it, and that's why it has been risen in popularity as a way for people to search for meaning or answers. And so, for in your experience, like when you talk, like some people might say, isn't it just like brain chemistry, like DMT in my mind that like allows me to have these visuals? And so, for you, what do you mean by when my Mother Ayahuasca like guides you? Like I've heard stories about like how people have iboga and they went to the moon and the moon was talking to the guy that founded like Remithia, like in Costa Rica there's a retreat center, and so like how do you know it was a spirit talking to you but not like, you know, but not your mind like talking to you? What's the experience there?
It's so clear because, you know, it's very specific.
Okay.
When you are there, it's a very specific and so you get to drink.
Yeah.
After 15 minutes,
Yeah.
well, you gotta puke, take it out. Your stomach will automatically you will puke.
Okay.
So it's after when you puke that the visions will start.
Okay.
And then you will just lay down.
Okay.
It's already how she works. She just puts you down.
Okay.
And then all these visions will come along. How do you know that it's the spirit that will come? Ayahuasca, she's not the visions and the things that you will see, or you going to the moon. These are just visions and things that your mind are giving to you.
Okay.
They all of them have meaning.
Okay.
Because if they are in your mind, it's because a part of you is drawing them. A part of you fantasizes about them.
Okay.
This is what shamans will guide you, and with the Icarus, the shamans, they sing a song just to guide you through the experience. It's so beautiful. You're not alone. You know shamans is there.
Yeah.
And the visions follow the songs. So it's a drumming, beating kind of thing, and you are just there living it. When Mother Ayahuasca comes, she comes. She's this face that you will see of a woman or whoever you fantasize ayahuasca to be. She can take any shape of a tree, of a face, a woman, maybe a man. She will just come and talk to you. When she comes, that's you have to call upon her, otherwise you will just have visions all along. You will not get any sort of insights. You will just see things.
Because we have will.
You gotta be prepared for her.
Okay.
You gotta know that you are there and there is a time, because you are not You are conscious.
Okay.
You know that you are under a psychedelic thing. You are just observing the mind. And you have to know that you can't be fearful. You can't be fearful because there's so many things from the past that comes. And if you ask her to show you, she will, which in my case is what I asked. I've seen so many stuff from the past, man. So many things that I did in my past lives.
Right.
Things about which I knew that I had to ask her to show me so that I could cleanse them.
Right.
And she did cleanse them.
Yeah.
And she will come as this face, and it's a spirit. You will just know and feel, this is not part of my mind. This is not something that it's in me. The visions and the things you will see and create, they are there. But the sensation, the presence of ayahuasca, when she comes and talks to you, you will just know it's something that comes. She talks and she goes away again, leaving you again with your visions and whatever.
Okay.
In my experience, she actually, I did 2 sessions. The first one was about 6 hours, and the second one the next day 8 hours. The first one, she literally split the visions and everything into 3 parts.
Okay.
Because I was really prepared for her and for me. And you go in this sense of joy and, I want answers. Nothing to be fearful about. You gotta own your thing.
Right.
So this is why I believe I had an amazing experience. Some people who were there as well, they didn't have that much still because they didn't give it 100%. You gotta
gotta
go
put yourself
there. You
in
gotta
there.
put your
Okay.
It's still a work to be done and control the mind.
Right.
So when you see so many things, you will feel fearful. It's like, for instance, one of the things that I saw and where I was, it was like a black hole. It was sucking everything, and then I would just feel myself going into that black hole. So can you see or imagine the fear? But because it's the mind, you are literally feeling it. You are there.
Shit, yeah.
You going through a black hole, sucking the whole energy, but then you get out of the black hole and there is beauty and everything around. You just gotta trust. And if you feel fearful, you call upon her. Please stay with me. Don't let me do this alone. And
Yeah.
she will come and say, you are not alone. Just look.
Got you, baby.
Yeah. And man, it was beautiful. It was. But the main message that I got from 2 days with ayahuasca was literally just a confirmation of everything. She just said, this is love. Everything is love. You see it now. Oh my God, Marco, I spent the 2 days crying, literally. In trance, crying, because I just cleaning things. We may think, and sometimes we may get arrogant to think that we are on a path and we are clean and we are enlightened or this or that. But no, when you really have to face your stuff,
Yeah.
and you look at that raw, and this is what ayahuasca does. She makes you see things,
Humbles you, eh? Big time.
big thing, and you will just bow down, and in the end she will just come and say, go. You just go and be love, share love. There's nothing more. You don't need to be searching. Don't make life so difficult.
Yeah.
Just be human.
Yeah.
In the end, this is what she told me. She said, just be human. Nothing needs saving. Look at yourself. Work on yourself. The moment you do that, everything else around will play out. The moment you love yourself to that extent, it's big. Love is big. The moment you become love, everything around you will work out. You will have the stamina, you will have the power to change. No doubts will come to your mind because there is nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't have. There's nothing. You are here actually for it. So it was a beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Experience.
It was so beautiful that it actually leads you to something even more beautiful.
Should I talk about that? Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're comfortable.
Yeah, it's okay. This is. Well, she showed me so many things. She cleared so many baggages. you
Yeah.
know, literally. I saw a big hammer in my chest. Boom! Breaking the walls and the bricks of. She then said, these are the bricks that will not allow you to be free and love like a child. Like, you look at a child, they are so free.
Yeah.
They just run around. And then you will ask yourself, what happened? Why can't we adults be like children? Not in a sense of having kind of like childish ways, but the way you do things, the playfulness,
Yeah.
the allowing, the kissing and running away. Why do we have to make life so complicated?
Yeah.
So there is this big thing that I knew that I was carrying along with me, which was like a bit of a blockage, a shield, let's say, of not allowing myself to be vulnerable to love. Just being vulnerable, just being open. Allow someone to love me or accepting love, It has a lot to do with how I grew up, the childhood traumas and how my past relationships were and everything. And in the second day, because I posed a question, so can I manifest this partner, this this love or something that I know that it's out there, but so far I have no kind of experience of. She's like, yes, now you go. Now you are open-hearted now.
Yeah.
Just allow love to come to your life. And allow. She would just say, allow. Trust. Let it happen. And I'm like, you know, we you know, the baggage that we carry, not wanting to put our hearts out there again because you will be hurt or you wouldn't be understood or that someone will just smash it again. So yeah, she there is this thing that I saw, past, present, and future. I don't want to go too much about it because some people may not understand and it may sound a little bit
Sure.
but the message of allow love to come to my life played a huge role after ayahuasca, because then I came back home and now I have this big love thing in my life, a twin flame kind of sort of thing going on,
Got a little
which,
DM.
which you know, just by just not thinking much about manifesting someone,
Yeah.
but just by allowing things to happen,
Putting your heart out there.
putting my heart out there and just being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Now it's out there. And it's so big that I do not know what to do with it. But again, her messages come to me. Just be myself.
Damn.
Just be yourself. And it's beautiful.
So it's like,
It's beautiful.
for people to attract that love, like they gotta have that love within first and
Yes.
allow it to come. And then once you are in that vibration, I mean, using that language, then you attract that and you put it out there, right?
This thing about twin flames, you know, I
What
was
is-
just reading about it the other day.
Yeah. I'm sure you were.
In order, because I gotta understand what's going on, man. I like to study and get the knowledge of things. Now it all
100%.
makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Before it comes to you, before a so-called twin flame kind of merging love come to you,
Yeah.
you have to love yourself first.
Yeah.
You have to put yourself on a path of self-love. You merge you with your higher self in order for you to love yourself so much, but so much, to be ready for that kind of experience or love to come to you. Yes, we all have a twin flame, someone who's out there waiting for us to vibrate there.
Okay.
It will not come till the moment that it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So happen that some people already find their flames, but one is ready to go along, but the other is not, because the other still needs to work on itself, and the merging will not be possible. But it's an unconditional kind of love.
And-
So whatever you are doing, you are happy, you are well, I am in love, and I understand what's going on. So it's fine. If it's meant to be, it will be. If it's not meant to be, that's fine. It's just it's a big merging of you getting to find someone who is so alike like you. You would share and feel the same things. It's a cycle of
Yeah.
energy. It's a flow. It's beautiful.
Wow.
But you gotta be ready for it, and you gotta do the work.
And for people that do not
For-
know the twin flame, from my understanding, twin flame is your flame is a split of the same soul,
Yes.
but it's a different, the opposite energy, right? If you're the yin, they're the yang.
Yes, exactly. A twin flame. Well, we have twin flames, we have soulmates, and we have karmic relationships.
Okay.
We have three kinds of relationships.
Okay.
Along. Maybe I will explain one by one. So the karmic kind of relationships are sort of relationships that people have with other people, souls with souls, but they have a purpose, more of to assist each other into cleaning past karmas. There are relationships that are very sexual attractive sometimes, but they don't do well with each other. There is a lot of fighting there. Okay, you may find people in karmic relationships, they are well and happy with each other, but they both know that, there could be something more.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
We are here helping each other to be better people, but there could be something more.
Okay.
Soulmates are it's a beautiful relationships, because we can have many soulmates in
Let's
our
be
life.
real.
Let's face it. Every single boyfriend or girlfriend that you have, you are kind of soulmate.
Okay.
You have a contract, like karmic relationships. You also have contracts, but soulmates would actually give you more of. It's not just karmic. There is also some karmic things going on there, but these are like soul groups. You are a collective. You've been working together for eons, assisting each other. Your child, if one day you have a child, will be your soulmate.
Okay.
Father and son, mother and father, sisters and brothers. We are soulmates.
Okay.
We are souls who are friends, partners, and we assist each other in being a couple, but it's a collective group of souls that's being with you.
Okay.
Karmic relationships are more of like a vibrating kind of relationship, so you attract a partner who's vibrating kind of the same way like you,
Okay.
or from the past lives, previous experiences, if you believe in it or not.
Okay.
You will find that proper partner that
Okay.
will assist you to do that job together.
Okay.
Once you clear that karma or things, sometimes they split.
Okay.
Soulmates, they stick. They are there. They are friends. They may not be a wife or a husband. They may stick as well for life or not. It depends. But it's just like soulmates. They assist each other into having experiences
Got
in
it.
life.
Yeah.
Kind of experiences. They are different souls. They are not
The same
they are
soul.
split souls.
Yeah, but in a group.
Yeah, in a group.
Yeah.
Twin flames are what we call, it's a splitting of one single cell, soul, spirit, into two. Say, from the beginning of the beginnings.
Yeah.
I don't want to dwell too much in this. There was a coming down as a one single unit of energy, and then through the need of having different experiences, they split.
Okay.
And they wander around through thousands of lives, having separate experiences, maybe merging in between to split again because they still needed something else to learn. But basically, it's just one soul deciding to have the experience of having the whole life experience on Earth, meeting other soulmates, meeting karmic, doing this, doing that, doing this, but at a certain moment in time, merging again and finding each other to become one and continue.
Okay.
You see? So twin flames are very... Not all twin flames get to be together, because the need of understanding the path and the journey is actually more important than the potential love that's out there.
Okay.
Yeah. The twin flames are specific because they know that they are love. They know that they can survive being what they are, being split. And they know that they are very powerful together when they become one again. But if there is a call for a higher purpose, if there is a need for a continuation of the split, they would just continue. It's unconditional. Twin flames, if all the karmic burdens, if everything is being cleared from the past and now they can merge and be together, they can do beautiful things. You have many couples out there who are twin flames, and they know, and together they work doing spiritual works, or sometimes they just know and feel that there is this big love, and together they can do many things, and they are not spiritual at all.
Gotcha.
But they just are together. And it's that life where you can have this merging is very interesting, because when they got to merge or find each other, by merging I mean finding each other, the life that they will have are so similar, or are like a magnet. One is kind of like pulling and needing the other to assist it, to clarify, to clean the pot, and together they must work together to assist whatever is around, just to provide a perfect condition for the merger. So it's not all
like rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah. But the love is strong, and they are just sure and know what it is that they have to do.
Okay.
So.
And you're going through this right now.
Yes. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit about the soul. I'm not sure how much you know about this. Like, is the end goal to merge all the souls back together? Like, what with the soul is kind of like how do you even know, like, you know, it splits and things like that, you know?
You mean when talking about soul flames, or you are just talking about a single unit, the soul itself?
Yeah, the soul in general, yeah.
Okay, I can just give you a picture about how it is.
Okay.
In my perspective and
Okay.
through what I learned. So you have source. You have source.
Yeah.
God, call it whatever we believe we should call him.
Sure.
Allah, God,
Yeah.
or universe. The central unity of energy, the birth from where everything came
Yeah.
from. So source simply decided that, oh my God, I'm bored. I want to experience things. You know I am the everything, but I want to experience what it is not to be me. What is it? What could be out there? What is it that I do not know, according to me? So what he did, he split, or he sent through some balls of energy down. He took part of himself and he did this. He threw it away. When he threw it away, that ball of energy split into tiny little millions particles of light. It's what we call the fall. The fall. I don't know if you ever heard this term, the fall.
No.
Okay, say for instance, if you are Catholic, I'm not sure, the fall of the angels is when some angels decided to do the rebellion. Some stayed with God and some went with Lucifer, the bad one. So this is what we call the fall.
Okay.
So there is this, but nothing happened without Source's consent. If it happened, it's because it was supposed to happen.
Okay.
Source allowed it to happen. So that's why the duality, you question, good, bad, it's part of the same thing. So there was the fall. The fall means the leaving of home. When these little particles, you will call them spirits, you will call them souls, they left home to go away and experience things in different planets, different dimensions, in different places. Many came here to Earth, which is a 3D dimension, where we call it a school, because it's really tough. You know, you gotta come down here and incarnate as human beings, and then you got to forget everything, what you did in the past. You suddenly find yourself here. You suddenly just start to remember yourself being 3-4 years old.
Yeah.
And you start to build memories, and then you are a teenager, and then here you are seated talking, and then the future, you know that one day you will die, and then you wonder, you are afraid of death because you do not know what it is. But you are not afraid of birth, and everybody rejoices at births, but everybody feels sad with death. Again, duality, beginning and end. So what happens is that the soul is on a journey. You have to believe in reincarnation in order to grasp this idea of
Okay.
about how it works.
Okay.
So through leaving home, you come through experience things. So why are we here? We are just here experiencing things to rise up our consciousness and our awareness, because every time you do, source learns things from it. I have my own awareness. I am my own little bit of source. So are you. What you do is that what you experience only has Marco's perspective and taste. What I experience is my taste and my way of looking at it. We can be looking at the same thing, but have completely different experiences about it. This is what Source wants. Because Marcia, being one, being him, her, whatever you decide to call it, or Marco being him or her, can actually experience things in different ways. This is the curiosity of Source. See? I know it all, but I wonder what it is not to be me. So I send this thing out to go and experience it.
Okay.
In order for me to get to see their perspective.
Okay.
Because everything then goes back to him, goes back to Source. That mango, I think I used to give you this example, that tastes sweet in your mouth. It may taste completely different in my mouth. That's why some people like mango, but some don't. And then you will ask why a mango is so sweet. It doesn't matter. What matters is in your perspective. It tastes like that.
Okay.
So, this whole thing of the soul being a twin flame who just goes in, it's one particle that then split, or just one soul leaving the source and does all the kind of experiences to then go back. It's a pure, let's call it kind of a game. It's nothing more. It's the gathering of experiences and awareness of each individual according to its own perspective to give it back to Source. So once you come to Earth, because there are other places to go to when this happens, the souls, as soon as this happens, there is something that we call free will. You choose where to go. The soul is like a tiny little bit universe in itself. It's the same particle. It's just smaller. You have your free will. You decide where to go. You decide what to do. Blah, 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 blah. But you know that sooner or later you want to go back home because you are just in a journey back home. So you come, you do the experience, you die and you rebirth. You die and you die and rebirth thousands of years. Having all kinds of experience that you can imagine. Tasting all kinds of things. Being white, black, yellow. Doesn't matter. You are in Africa this lifetime, in another lifetime you will be an Asian person. It doesn't matter.
Can you be an animal?
There are dimensions. Before being a human, you were already in a mineral kingdom. You were already in ethereal kingdoms. So when this happens, you don't strictly come to Earth. Though it is happening in this 3D world right now that there are people being born for the first time on Earth.
Okay.
Yeah, but it means that they were something else in other planets.
Okay.
On Earth, they come for the first time.
Okay.
But there are those who came to Earth as a single unity and they had to graduate on Earth. Everything is by graduation.
Okay.
It's like you have dimensions. You have to work for it.
Got you. Yeah.
Everything is with work. You can't simply jump to the 5th D without...
5D, baby. Yeah.
So you've been... it's a little bit big for the mind to grasp, but those who know this will get it, and everything at the proper time. For those who still don't understand this,
Yeah.
it's a graduation thing. You come to pick and go step by step, being a rock, being a tree, being a cat, and then you are a human. Once you are a human, you don't go back to be a rock or anything. You just continue up, up, up. So with the 4th V it's a bit of ethereal energy kind of body. So say after graduating from Earth, you will go up to a dimension, to a place where you will still have a body, but you telepathically communicate. You
Yeah.
don't need to talk and speak, and then you keep going up and up and up and up, all the way up to till the octave. Let's say, I think that's how we say. Then you will go back to source.
Okay.
So it's been like this for, we don't know.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, once you go back home, this is why we say there is no destination. It's pointless even for people fighting because you want to be this, you want to have that. Just enjoy the ride. It's just a journey. It's some with and love. It's that thing that glues all together. It glues it together. Love. Through love. Why did source allow itself to get out from itself? It's because of love. And we get it from source as well. We are very curious beings. We want to know.
Yeah.
The need for us to know is a mutual thing that we have with
Yeah.
source. So that's why you will always wonder. You want to know. But you can choose to base everything on love or something else. If you do it through love, your way back home is faster. If you do it through love,
Because that's the highest vibration,
yes,
right?
it's faster because it's lighter. If you are in love and if you experience everything through and you do everything through your heart, everything is lighter. You will just jump up. So, people who are in love, people who share love, they have nothing, they are simple people. They have, being humans, of course, you will still have things weighing you down sometimes, because that's a condition of being human. But the mind of a person who's vibrating here, it's the perfect condition for you to graduate. You see?
Ascend.
Ascend,
People say that,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
That word.
The more you are in lower vibrations, the more you will have to repeat your lessons here.
Yeah.
The more, say, bad stuff you do, the more it condenses. You stay here. You will have to continue here till the moment that the soul, you decide that it's enough. It's time for me to graduate from this school.
Yeah.
And you will put on the work, and you will go up.
Got you.
But you take all the time that you need. The only difference is that some people are conscious of it. This is why you need to know who you are. And some people are not. But they are not because it's not time yet for them to be.
Yeah.
This message will reach those who need to hear this. This message will reach those who need clarification about this, just to get to,
Yeah.
everything at the proper time.
And I
hope it's clear and I didn't make you more confused.
no, I think
Yeah.
and I want to emphasize this is just the belief that Marcy has.
It's
right?
Yes, of course.
It's not saying that it's the belief, right? I certainly I just take what is resonating.
Just take what resonates. Use discernment.
100%, yeah.
Always remember, don't take things for granted. If you
Yeah.
really want to experience and know things by
You
yourself,
gotta taste the sugar, right?
taste your sugar, do your research, put yourself out there,
Yeah.
get these insights, and
Yeah.
try things by
Yeah.
yourself. Sit in meditation, you can travel all the way back to source.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So to end this
Yeah.
conversation a little bit, what are some of the best resources that you cross path with that has helped you a lot?
Oh, yes. Definitely some books.
Yeah. What do you recommend?
I brought some.
Yeah.
I got 2 books. First, I'll show this one.
So she got 2 books. Yep.
This one.
Uh,
Which one? Here.
yeah. That.
Ask and it is given. Okay?
By Abraham.
By, Esther and Jerry Hicks. Well, this book helped me a lot in terms of manifestation. How to put the mind in the state, in a proper state of creating something, of changing your life. It really was the book that show me, it's not difficult at all. You just need to change the state.
Yeah.
If you feel sad, tell to your mind, I'm not sad. Literally, do what it does.
Yeah.
And apart from this, it has a lot of tricks
Exercises, right? I'm
and
reading
exercises.
that book too now.
Yeah, they are amazing.
Yeah.
Right? There is one particular one which is about the boxes. I don't know if you mentioned that yet. Yeah.
Write something in the box. That
Yeah,
you
you write something and you put them in the box, and you just keep the state, allow it, and you will see they will come to you. I really recommend this book. It's one of the books that every time I do, sometimes I get some extra copies from Amazon,
Okay.
and then I just offer to my friends.
Okay.
Because it's really something that you should have on your
Awesome.
shelf.
What's the other book?
I also have this one. Recognize and heal yourself through the power of the spirit.
Okay.
This is a book from Gabrielle. She's German. She gives you a lot of insights about how you yourself you can heal your body
Okay.
and your mind
Okay.
by actually realizing who you are.
Okay.
There are a lot of exercises here as well.
Okay.
It talks a lot about the 7 chakras
Okay.
and how they work and what kind of meditation we can do to connect to our chakras, and not just to our chakras, but also to our organs, to our cells, to our DNA and everything. And it's beautiful. I really recommend this book as well.
And we're not sponsored.
Because just really real things,
Okay.
because they are amazing. Yeah.
To sum it up a little bit, maybe the last question I want to ask you is, if you had a telephone that you can call Marcy when she was 20 to 21, what would you say to her?
I'll say, girl, put yourself together, pa. I would literally look at her and tell her, you know what, the best is yet to come. Put yourself together. Trust yourself. Follow your intuition. If at 21 I had this knowledge that I had today, I just knew that my life would, for sure, I would probably be somewhere else, having other experiences. There is this thing about me, though. I've always had this part of me that was a little bit like, I don't belong here. I know that there is something else out there. But I believe that it's very important for, especially this young generation now, to have this kind of guidance, because many would feel lost and different, and being different is a good thing, actually. But because nobody tells us that being different is a good thing. Being different is the uniqueness, the thing that is the jewel, And from there, if we embrace it, we can actually become something out of there.
Yeah.
Instead of just accepting what would come. Mom says we should study this, we should do this, we should do that. So we just blind ourselves. It's very important to support and to tell young people that, trust you, follow your dreams. Follow what's inside of you. Wanting to explode. Don't follow the mass. Don't give up on yourself. Because, especially where we are right now, if you don't follow it, this unhappy side of it will chase you, and you will have to do it later in life. But if somehow you do it now, you'll be happier. You will save a lot of tears.
Right.
You will just follow your heart. Follow your heart. Be the heart. Be the love. Just do it.
And it's beautiful because if we start younger, then
Yeah.
we got
So imagine, yes.
yeah.
If you start younger, imagine what's ahead.
Yeah.
And the best is yet to come.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful path. It's a beautiful thing.
So Marcy, if people want to connect with you, I know you're not really on social media, but like if they want to,
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of, do you still offer services to people or?
Well, after my ayahuasca retreat, I stepped down a bit
Okay.
to focus on me.
Okay.
And but yes, well, I'm a Reiki practitioner. I'm also a QHHT intern level 1 practitioner. I have a website where if people want to know a little bit about me, they can go in and search.
Okay. We'll link it down.
Yeah, okay. marcymax.com.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it. If you want some, it's all on a free will basis. I've been there, and I've came to a path that I crossed there, and I believe that energy services and should be for free, but cheer up for all of those who do it for some professional means. That's fine too. But yeah, that's it. I'm on Instagram. Just putting some posts, cheering people up. But that's it.
We'll link it down as
Yeah.
well.
Okay. Thank you.
That is the 6th episode of Conscious Conversation. We talked from quieting the chatter mind to Marcy's journey from getting a little bit more fit to having that determination, having personal trainer Simone kind of help her and kick her butt, all the way to her trip to Nepal and being in the woods. I mean, being in the temple and just feeling that Kundalini rising, all the way to
Yeah.
following the heart and twin flame ayahuasca souls, and just this has been a fascinating conversation. I learned so much
Thank you.
today. I hope that if you're listening to this, you can really taste the sugar yourself and apply what we talk about, and hopefully it has inspired a little bit today just to take that action. So
Yes.
with love and heart, thank you so much for being here today, Marcy.
Thank you for having me.
All
It's
right,
a pleasure. It was my pleasure.
until next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.